Hi everyone, it's Jean. I'm visiting today to just show you a couple things that I didn't realize I had in my stash that are considered collage fodder. Sometimes when we're thinking of collaging, we use book pages and we use our leftover scraps, whether it be scrapbooks or tissue paper or tea bags or what have you. But I was surprised to find that I actually had some things in my stash that I could use as collage fodder. Now, some of these are smaller pieces and because I cut them down, but most of them are larger. This was one of my first videos I did, I believe, and I talked to you about all the different colors that I had of the Dilutions ink sprays. And these sprays are really, really fun to use. Some of them are shimmer and some of them are just a plain color for the most part. So I love the yellows, I love the jade and the lime and the pinks, blue. So those are kind of my colors on the bottom. This is just sheet music, and it was in with some things that I collaged. And if you look really close, you can see a stencil pattern in here. So this I thought would make really good collage paper. Here's another one that I did a while back. Now this one is the original, and I had talked to you about the gelatos that I love to use. They do leave that waxy residue, so I only have it, well, maybe I do have it in most of it. So I'll be making a copy of some of these so that I can keep the originals, because I don't want this waxiness to come off onto my papers. Here's another one where I just sprayed different Dilutions ink spray and I let them run. And the one that does this, pardon me, really cool gold is called, not yellow, it's called something like, I know I have one right here, and I think it's called something like, it's called vanilla. This is it. I can't see the wording on it. My vision is so bad. But these are the ones that do the shimmer, and this one does the gold. So that's a very fun color. And then this is more of a, where I tape down some places and then use different colors and then lifted up the tape. Usually I use washi tape for this because washi tape is less sticky, and then you can get some really cool squares and hatching. There, I just turned on the light. You wouldn't think you need the light in the middle of the day, but you do. This is just some scrapbook paper and what are like sketch paper, and it has such a cool daisy design, kind of daisy design from a stencil. This is some blue, and I think it has some silvery in it, but I love that it has the red dots. I'm not really a fan of red. I don't use it very much, but I love that. And this was another one where I think I just let, once the bottles get empty, if they are the shimmer, they have a little bead in them, a metal bead for you to shake it up. You can put that inside your box and just kind of roll it around, and you get all kinds of designs. So this is what I did with this one. These are papers you may have recognized from my doodle video where I had drawn some flowers onto an already prepared background. This piece came out like lace, and it is just really a cool piece for collage. This is a stencil that I used different colors of oxide ink. So you've got some greens, and this would make really cool background. Here's another one of my pre-made pages and then doodling the flowers on them. This is another one that I did with variations of green. This is done just on like a little piece of notebook paper, and these dots are just to die for, done with another stencil. Here's another one of my prepared ones. I never cut these out. This is a very cool one because the colors ran and it has some of the metallic. I did put metallic, pardon me, I don't know why I'm yawning, metallic acrylic paint in between some of these spaces. So this one is just a beautiful orange mess. This one's a beautiful purple mess. This one is a fun page. I didn't do any stamping on it, but I think it ripped, so that's why it has the washi. This is a very fun page too, and this one looks like another one where I just kind of let the end of the bottle do its thing. Here's another glorious mess. And so those are my painty papers that I found in my stash that are going to be very helpful. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about are business envelopes. Now, a lot of times we save these so that we can use them in our journals as pockets or flips or something of that nature. If you actually open these up, you can see the patterns. I think these two are the same. They may have come from the same company, but this is a really cool pattern. This one is different. It's a little bit looser. And then you have this one that has these medallion shapes, really cool. And then I have another one over here that has some interesting squares or diamonds. So look inside your security envelopes and see what designs you can gather from the pages. Another cool thing with envelopes that you can do is, I notice right here, this is probably Chinese. I don't know the difference between what is what, but you could cut something like this out. Here's a barcode you could cut out. Here's another barcode. So you could cut out some of these interesting codes and things, numbers, and keep yourself a little envelope of those. And that's what I plan to do when I cut those up. Now these are just basically mark making papers. You've seen me do this before. These are larger ones, and like the other one that I laid out. Where did I put it? Maybe it went back in the bin. It's laying right here. So these are larger ones. If you're going to use them as is, I would probably cut them down more. Depends on if you collage with that torn look or if you collage with the more straight edge. These are kind of like micro, how do I want to say it? Markings. So they're just little tiny pieces that can be cut out and used for your journals. This is something, I'm not sure if I have the other pieces of it. Let me see. Yes, right here. So what I did with this one, and this was kind of like an experiment of sorts, I laid down on a piece of, I think this is watercolor paper, a bunch of stickers that I had that were white around the edges, so they weren't stickers that I was very fond of. And I did some inking on top of them, spraying on top of them. I put some tissue paper. Here you can see a piece of tissue paper. And I need to glue that down. I didn't want to tear it off because it took the circle away. I made a tag shape, but what I did with this that didn't quite work out is after I added all the stickers and all the different colors, I went back and I put some crackle on it. And in most places where you see the crackle, with the exception of maybe right here in this area, a lot of it peeled off. So that wasn't successful. And I found out the best way to do this, if you're going to use stickers to make just a background collage piece, is to kind of sand them off a little bit to take the gloss off. And that's what happened with this. Because they were kind of glossy, I didn't get the opportunity to enjoy that crackle as much as I would have had I known that particular issue. So this is just a piece of scrap paper. This is a piece of tea-dyed paper, and it was folded on my desk. And I took some of the lunar, I think it's called lunar. I always forget what it's called, lunar or solar. Yes, it's called lunar paste, and it's by Ranger, and it's a Simon Hurley product. And it's a really cool medium. It's kind of thick, and I tried to put it through a stencil, and I got a lot of really cool circles here. So I thought this would make a great addition to a background page. Okay, these are just some other things that were sticking in there. And then I did that with this this one, and this one, and this one. So there's different colors of the lunar paste that I have. I have a pink and a gold and a copper. Here's another piece of paper that I was using. I was trying to draw a llama. He doesn't look too bad, but I don't think he worked. And then these are just where I took a stencil and went over the pages with different colored inks, and I got these really cool collage papers. Now, probably with some of these, what I will do is maybe stamp on them or something. I'll have to wait until I get the actual project that I'm going to use them for. But I love them because they're double-sided. And that would allow me to put it in a journal because it's double-sided. So here again is the kind of leaf pattern. This one's 2 pages, and this one is that daisy type thing. The other, I'm not sure if I have other ones. I think this one is where I just kind of unloaded the brush and just got off as much as I can, and it came out really light. Here's another one, same on the inside. I forgot I had these and I found them. Same on the inside. I just really like this design, I think. This one, I think I unloaded the brush on this one. As you can see, all kinds of smudge marks. Here's a different stencil, and then I did something else on the inside of this one and this one. And then these that I have here, let me see what this one is. I love these dots. Okay, so that one's double-sided. This one has, like, I do have a stencil of some florals, so I put that on there. And some of these are single pieces with just stenciling. Isn't that gorgeous? I love those colors. And here we have another one that's stenciled. And then I took some pages and just put down various scrapbook pieces of paper that I had, and also on the book pages I did stenciling. So I used, it's kind of like a peacock design, so I did it in the purple and green. And then this one's hearts. And then these are actually, of course, they are just scrapbook paper and pieces that I first glued down to a book page, and then I did just some crazy sewing and stitching on them. And they were fun to do. Some of them turned out better than others. And there's another one of my mark making pages. These are, I got these from Temu in a pack, and they were kind of supposed to go, I guess, with the theme. Here's another one of those. But I thought about taking some of them and to see, just with some spray inks, if I could get any designs with them. Even if it colored them, it wouldn't be a problem. They're not very thick though, so that's my only challenge with that. So, and here's another one. So I have a bunch of things. I was watching a video where the person who was doing the video said, you know, get out your stampy, inky papers. And I was like, I don't think I have any. So I went looking, and I had more than I thought. There are some that I made recently, but it looks like we are in good hands with what collage papers we have. So using the security envelopes will give us some design, using our painty papers that we've had in the past, and even getting those out and looking at them to see if there's anything else we can add to them to kind of create even more interest. So I know one of the styles is to stencil and stencil and stencil on top of stencil. So I ordered myself a couple things, so hopefully that'll come soon and then we can work on it. But in the meantime, I just wanted to let you know that you may have papers that you just don't realize. So go back in your stash and check it out and see what you might have. Check your junk mail and get your security envelopes out. If you need your painty papers, just copy those on the copier, and then I think you'll be good to go. So I hope you find this video inspiring for you to either make or find your painty paper so that we can make some beautiful collage. And stay tuned, because I will be using some of my floral fodder in my next video, and we will be making some really fun embellishments. So thank you for watching, and you have a great day.